You want a little bit of extra footage? Well, I'm here to provide you with just that. I didn't want to put this in the main video because I tangent enough and yeah, so let's go. What's going on, everybody? Just want to take some time really quickly to let you know that there definitely were some points that I wanted to further delve into that I didn't have a chance to in my main video. There's also been some very good points that have been made in the comments section, and I am reading all the comments, guys. So definitely keep sharing your thoughts and ideas, where you think I went wrong, where you think I went right. For me, it's all constructive. I don't look at things in terms of good and bad and hurt my feelings and all that stuff. So definitely feel free to share anything you have, even if you 1000% disagree with the one timeline theory. And I guess what I wanted to share a little bit today is a little bit of the journey. So a lot of kind of where I'm at today is a little bit due to circumstantial of my entire life. And I'm not going to give you a whole life story, just give you some just really quick thing that I realized over the last kind of couple of years. I started getting deeper and deeper into philosophy because I was realizing that there was kind of like this whole an understanding of life. I first started off by reading Friedrich Nietzsche, actually. I went through a lot of his books, Beyond Good and Evil, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Human All Too Human, and stuff like that. I've also listened to a couple of his, some podcasts, some discussions from Nietzschean philosophers themselves. And I just want to say this, what I learned, and you can even go on my channel, like some of the people who are new here, I only really post, it was never a plan to post anything. I often try to keep to myself and keep my thoughts to myself, and that's kind of what led me down to a dark hole that I had to find an outlet. So for me, it was religion and philosophy. And some of the big points I just want to share with you, because I'm not here to make you a philosopher, make you religious. It's just do whatever the heck you want to do, okay? But what I do want to say is, after reading Beyond Good and Evil, I had a complete mind shift of the concept of good and the concept of evil, and the fact that a lot of what Nietzsche kind of speaks about is any emotion or any will taken to the extreme can always be negative. So even something like we think compassion, being compassionate, that, oh, it's a good thing to be compassionate. But what about if you push it to the extreme? If you were so compassionate that you thought what you knew was better for the person than what they themselves knew was best for them? Is that still good, or is that totalitarian or controlling? So it's topics like that. It's philosophers like Robert Nozick, Thomas Sowell, Milton Friedman, Friedrich von Hayek, guys like even Isaiah Berlin. So all the people disagreeing on my videos really need to understand that the philosophy of Isaiah Berlin is more like we can both look at the same thing and have two rational thoughts, not like one stupid thought and one smart thought. We can both have rational thoughts about what we're looking at and come to two completely separate conclusions. And that's okay. So I just want to preface that with everything could be happening. We all have no idea, zero idea. The people disagree, like, oh, you're misreading this or you're misreading that. It's like, okay, well, what if I told you after Final Fantasy Crisis Core, right when we saw the graphic death of Zack, not the Final Fantasy VII version, the one where you see a hole in his chest and he's bleeding out like crazy. What if I told you right after I played that game that Zack is actually still alive? And that game came out, I think, in like 2010, or maybe even before that. All of you would think I was wrong for 12 years. No, 10 years. 2020 came out remake? Yeah, 10 years. You would literally be in the comments that are saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, until remake came out. Then you're like, oh, you're right. So I'm just trying to say, there's no right and wrong. There just needs to be enough time to get the full context. So don't do whatever you want, but try to be rational. Apply, even when people are no, that's wrong. He's doing that because, no, you can't see Cloud fell asleep. Okay, well, accept that if you're saying that in the game Cloud can fall asleep, then I can also say he fell asleep, but at a different time. So I'm just saying, just use your own logic, but let me use the same strings that you're using. Don't be unfair. You know what I mean? Everybody get a fair chance. So I want to introduce that before getting into this video, because I will be going into some deeper stuff. I'll go very specific into how I think they're going to reframe Sephiroth's character, and I'll go very specific in other points in regards to this bonus feature that I'm putting together for you guys, because I understand there's still some unsolved questions and mysteries. So I'll do this one addition to this video. It might not be on every video, but I will be proceeding with more characters moving forward. And also, as a side note, I freaking love Star Wars. So Ahsoka comes out Tuesday night, and there will be a halt in everything that I'm doing to try to watch that and get a breakdown and maybe even do some reviews. We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to jump in here, let you know what's in the works, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Any questions, disagreements, share them all. I'm not the person who's gonna block anybody, say don't say that. Share it all, and if I'm strong enough and have enough will, then I can be successful. Okay, let's continue. What I wanted to say about Sephiroth's arc as a character is I want to almost compare it to a character that you must know, okay? Zuko from the Fire Nation in Avatar: The Last Airbender, Nickelodeon, book 1, 2, 3. For me, when I think about Sephiroth, now that I know that they're going down the route of making this a sequel to Crisis Core, what's clear is that Sephiroth was good. Sephiroth turned bad because he was manipulated. Sephiroth might try to be good and fail. But the eventual answer is Sephiroth is good. Okay? Why would I say that? Because just like Zuko, who stood up in the war room and spoke when he wasn't supposed to, had to fight his father in an Agni Kai as a teenager, dude. And lost. Badly. Exiled. Had to leave. All he wanted to do was get his honor back. And instead of Sephiroth and these Jenova Cell losers who keep saying, Mother, Kadash, Mother. For Zuko, it's Father, Father, Lord, Father. It's the exact same thing. Their sense of clarity in their mission is completely wrong, but they have to go through this tribulation to find out what's truly right. And just like Zuko, we thought he turned good at the end of book 2 when they're in the catacombs with Katara and she gives him the moon spirit water, says she can heal his face. But they're broken up by, you know, my boy Iroh, Uncle Iroh, and Aang. Then when Aang goes to challenge Azula, freaking Zuko pops out like a punk, pretending that he was on the good side and now we know he's on the bad side. Or do we? Because then we see Zuko's arc completely change, right? When they go back to their family home and they're on the beach and they're talking about what's wrong, what they think's right, what's wrong, who are you mad at, are you mad at? And we find out the truth, which is, with the clearest mind, you go to where the love is. Uncle Iroh. Destiny is a funny thing. Ha ha ha. You've been saying that all freaking movie. And Zuko finally realizes the truth. Just like Sephiroth will realize the truth. We know already. Sephiroth escaped his destiny. Death escaped it. He refused to be consumed by the Lifestream and chose to live within it. Right? So exactly the same way Sephiroth started off as a good guy, turned to a bad guy through the influence of Jenova. Essentially, Sephiroth's always been good. Everything since the Nibelheim incident. is Jenova's manipulation of his mind. It's as simple as that. So we can forgive Sephiroth. In Final Fantasy VII, does Sephiroth win? At the end of FF7, does Sephiroth win? No. No, he doesn't win. Okay, so we're on the same page there, I hope, okay? Sephiroth does not win in original Final Fantasy VII. Excellent. We have to look at the events of Final Fantasy VII as kind of like a sad story for Sephiroth in Advent Children. So, Sephiroth knows that he lost. Every single time he tries to fight Cloud, he loses. Okay? So it makes no sense for him to do the same things that he did in the last game to have the same result. You see what I'm saying? The last game in original, he manipulated Cloud just to mess with him, blah, 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 whatever you want to say about it, okay? But that didn't give him the result that he wanted. So why would he now change the past and still mess with Cloud just to get the same result? He wouldn't. That's the bigger point of my theory. Just saying, oh, well, he wants to I get it. The Ultimania said, Sephiroth's goal is to yes, sure. That's for the original game. But my theory establishes we're not playing the Final Fantasy original game. All of that game, I know, this is a huge leap of faith. All of that game is a dream. Cloud's dream, okay? The game, FF7 is now Crisis Core Reunion, End of Remake, where Zack's showing us Zack's alive, and now Rebirth. So don't overcomplicate it. If you're saying Sephiroth's messing with Cloud, then you need to tell me how come it didn't work last time he messed with Cloud, and why is it different, and why is it gonna work this time? If you can answer that, then I'll be likely a little bit more sold to your side. But if you can't, why is my theory wrong? You know what I mean?
Never.
The passion and fire I have for this game, I start to think he must be called the one-winged angel because we haven't seen that wing yet. How beautiful would it be to see a full redemption arc? The end of Rebirth, boom, his white wing pops out. We find out that Angeal's been giving him some information from the Lifestream as well. Because as we know, Angeal is truly the only perfect soldier infused with Jenova Cells. So how beautiful would it be to see Angeal and Sephiroth talking in the Lifestream? Sephiroth going over something, overcoming it, boom, to the good side. Welcome to the club, welcome to the club. And I think that Sephiroth getting the white wing would be the perfect ending to the second disc of Rebirth. Because the reason why I think this game has us all so bought in is because there's real scenarios, there's real loss, there's real betrayal, there's real death, there's real suffering, there's real overcoming. It gives us parts, or we see parts of our lives in this character struggle and their lives, because they were very adult kind of conversations to give to you as a teen or whatever age you played the game at. But for me, it was, oh man, I was super young. That's why it rings to us. And the real message, I think, is what they're trying to develop this more as like an anime almost, that like, story-wise, I'm trying to say. As like, no, this means much more. It means much more. No, it means there's a balance. White and black wing. You have to take the sunny days with the rainy days, and the frowns with the smiles, and you have to overcome until the rain is gone and until the hard work pays off. That's why Sephiroth is the hero. There's a little bit of Sephiroth in all of us. So I think that might be more of what they're trying to show in the story, and it'll be further developed through Sephiroth coming over to the good side, partnering with us to take down Shinra and Hojo, stop him from doing these further experiments on other people, shut down the Mako reactors, and shut down the military operation stuff in Deep Ground. All of that's coming now, but in a more organized way. And I think this is also where the Before Crisis, which we know because we saw Glenn and Evercrisis, this is where the Before Crisis story will get mixed in, and we'll find out more about so many other characters. And like, man, like Elfie, like even just think that Elfie can 1v1 Sephiroth. This is like Ahsoka Tano versus Darth Vader type stuff. That's so sick. Imagine we see that on PS5. That's sick. So, I got a lot of big ideas and thoughts and theories. So, hope you enjoy, and be safe. Catch you on the next one.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to have wings. You know, like an angel.
If people had wings, they'd be monsters.
Wings symbolize freedom for those who have none. They don't symbolize monsters.